Hi, everyone. Give me 1 second. All right. There we go. Tell me if the game audio is too loud. I noticed in the VOD that it was the game audio is a bit low. So let me know if the game audio is okay if you want me to turn it down. It's okay. Say hi, sweetie.
Hi, everybody. Can't wait to play more very, very, very gay Ace Attorney.
Very gay. I mean, no more. A touch too loud? Alright, I'll turn it down a bit. How's that? I was gonna say, gay Ace Attorney, like, no less gay than the originals, though. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Bruta. Alright. Also, again, if you hear any double audio, it's because we have to have it like coming out of the speakers so we can both hear it.
Excellent work, Yunosuke. Ryukin. That was superb.
My heart was in my mouth the entire time.
That's because I was next to you.
Right.
With my bandana waving dramatically in the air. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there, which I did a lot of. You were drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth.
Already, we're doing this. Okie dokie.
It was a grim sight, but before I knew it, you'd started finding inconsistencies in the testimonies. That really rotated my evidence. I think you might have a natural talent for being a lawyer.
Knocking knees. Ugh.
A lot of natural
Forget
talent.
it, it's terrifying. If I go through this, if I get through this, I don't ever want to see the inside of a courtroom again.
You're gonna be stuck here forever.
Right.
Anyway, it looks like we've exposed your phantom lady at last.
If you're anything like your progeny, you're gonna be walking into murders left and right. Yeah, the phantom lady is exposed. Hooray.
We exposed ladies here in this courtroom.
Right.
Miss Desile Brett, which I still can't figure out what that's supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of name that's supposed to be.
Like, it's usually, you know, something is pitted in
like
it, right?
Or like it's an actual name, which that is not an actual name, I don't think.
A student from Great Britain, is she? But is she great?
Right. That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone, and he didn't have a period at the end of his doctor. He was very special. There was a young woman with him, like I've been saying all along.
Yes, you have, haven't you? You with your words and your thoughts.
What a cutie, you telling people things.
Look at you.
I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I'm sure of.
You can see things and say that you saw a thing. Yeah. So anyway, about this phantom lady. Thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems.
Whose friend?
Did you see what happened with that?
No, I didn't see any of it. I was too busy looking at the gun.
Too busy picking up the murder weapon.
Right. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself, then on the floor next to Dr. Wilson's table. I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor.
Next to Dr. Wilson's table.
And just after I bent down and picked it up... I didn't have time to think about where the sound of the gunshot had come from.
You don't usually have time to think.
Right. It takes a long time for me to think, okay? Thoughts take a long time to come to me. The waiter ran over to me, looking as white as a sheet. And he bundled me into some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen. What?
This is new information.
Why did he do that? Hang on a minute.
What? Is this in the map? Fast thinking by the detective, he apprehended his suspect without a moment's delay.
Yes, and because I was shut in the pantry, he just shoved him in a fucking
Shoved him in the
cupboard.
pantry.
Oh my god. You just shoved him into a locker. And I have no idea what happened outside the dining area.
Wow.
Wow. Incredible. Absolutely. That was something. Hold on a minute. Is the stream going okay? Alright, it looked like the chat disconnected. All good. I'm gonna assume it's the dude.
It's that guy, yeah.
Ah, there you are. Well done, the both of you. Yeah, it was this guy. Okay, thanks, Bruta.
Professor Mikotoba, and there's a woman next to you.
I thought women were extinct. Well, it seems I was right. The pair of you make an outstanding couple. You've exceeded my expectations, I have to say.
Yes, it seems you planned this from the start, you little matchmaker, you. You arranged things so that I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial.
Our modern country is still in its infancy. Our justice system even more so. Which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn all they can. I wanted to avoid a situation that may have resulted in your study tour to Great Britain being cancelled.
You'll be cancelled.
On Twitter.
Well, it makes no difference. I've got 100 years to worry about being cancelled. Lawyer otherwise, if I'm the kind of man who can't help his best friend avert the worst crisis of his life, I'm not worthy of marrying him. I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas anyway.
What? What are you saying, Kazuma? So that's your stance. I was afraid you'd feel that way. Kazuma! Well then, it looks like it all comes down to you, young man.
We're just going to stare at you, purposefully.
This is... Do you remember like those, okay, I'm gonna age myself a little bit here, but do you remember those like early internet memes where it's like, you know, statistics say that 2 out of 3 people are gay. I'm not gay, neither am I. And then the next frame is them looking directly at the camera. This is that. This is that. This is that last frame. To me? Yes, you need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place in that restaurant.
From the pantry.
Right? From the locker that they shoved you in, you fucking nerd. I must say, I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection to this case.
What might that be?
I shot him. Wait, shit. Come to think of it, he said the same thing earlier this morning, didn't he? If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim?
I fucked him once.
Yes, I did. Biblically. As you're probably aware, Dr. John H. Wilson was a visiting professor at UMA. I lost the ability to read for a second there. And it was I who invited him.
'Twas I.
Oh, I see.
I didn't know that before.
Anyway, you're about to go into battle. Wait.
Wait.
Wait, do I get a weapon?
No. Only I do.
Yeah,
I'll whip it out for you.
Yeah, Kazuma's got to defend me.
Okay, so this guy invited this guy to his death.
More or less. The victim was a university professor from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking to identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible. Oh, shit. Hold on 1 second. I apologize. Totally forgot this cap. Testing? Testing? There we go. Sorry about that, guys.
Well, let's not forget who we're going up against. The baby.
The baby!
The gentlewoman whose involvement our police bureau went to extraordinary lengths to hide. Didn't want anyone knowing there was a woman around.
Exclamation point! Yes, and I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to quash your case, namely you.
The biggest tool.
The biggest tool of them all. And Pain, the second biggest tool of them all. But I've no doubt that you pair will put up a good fight, right to the last.
I have no doubt we'll pair up either. I mean...
Right. Best of luck! Thank you! Now then... I need you to run an errand at the university at once. There is something I think we may need.
Yes, that's all I'm here for. Of course. Kashikomarimashita. Good luck, Kazuma-sama. Ganbatte. Ganbatte kudasai. Kazuma-sama. Defendant Naruto! I have another line! Court recess is over! Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once! It's time. Let's get back to it. Partner.
God.
Partner. Let's go in there and deal a decisive blow before those old fossils know what's hit them. I will pose with my weapon because I was studying the blade.
Well, while I was studying the lawyer, I was also studying the blade. Kazuma? You're not actually allowed to stab someone in the courtroom.
What? I didn't even take it out of the sheath.
Thank you, really. A decisive blow is the only blow he knows how to do.
What for? We'll teach you some new blows.
Right. Well, if you hadn't said you believed me, then... I'm fairly sure I'd already been found guilty by now.
Look, you're too stupid to have done this. I mean, I have faith in you.
Maybe I'm just stupid enough to have done it.
Well, you were stupid enough to get thrown in a pantry.
Right.
As a lawyer. As a friend.
As a lover.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from you, that means a lot.
Ow.
If I'm found guilty in this trial...
Never get to fuck him again.
Right. He's really gonna give up on his dream of studying abroad. That's the kind of true lover he is.
Mm-hmm.
He'll move in with me in jail. He'll just pick up his things and be like, yes, I'm moving in.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely cannot afford to lose. Alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial.
You can treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals I like from Yume Cafeteria on University Street.
Oh!
University Street. With an extra large portion, of course. You know
I know that
want.
you love your meat extra large.
Mm-hmm. Extra large portion of my cutlet.
Right.
Well, this nonsense is back in session. The court hereby resumes the trial of Ninosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Auchi, have you managed to subpoena the witness? Yes, Your Excellency, against all odds. And thanks to a certain young stripling.
Is that a baby stripper or just a very short stripper?
The prosecution is now under rather painful scrutiny from the government. Thanks a bunches, guys.
I'm not a stripper. Sorry.
You're just a stripling.
Yeah, okay. I'm a stripper in training.
Let the government scrutinize all the striplings. That's their job. It's nothing to worry about. You can strip at the best of them. It's highly unlikely that the good relations we've forged with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed.
I'd rather the government not watch me strip. Please don't scrutinize my stripping.
Well, you've got 100 years to worry about that.
Oh, okay.
Will you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down and our nation founders?
Again, terribly sorry, bitch.
If the friendship between our nations is really so fragile, then the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on. I'd wipe my ass with that treaty. You really have nothing to worry about, dear Ken. What do you mean? A secret trial? Anxiety over some foreign government's opinions? A bungled investigation? Missing witnesses? Not to mention the baby? Is this what our nation's justice system is? Is this the Supreme Court of Japan or of England? Throwing down here. What is that? Shut up, you jumped up rookie boy! You and your friend know nothing of the situation our nation finds itself in. I will not tell you what you need to know until at least almost when this case is done. By aligning ourselves with this great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Steady political maneuvering is what will secure our futures.
I'm gonna be critical of your diplomacy.
You didn't get a word of that.
I won't deny that I'm no expert. I'm just a dumbass, and one that could arguably study harder too.
Can't argue with that.
Right. But standing here now in our Supreme Court, there is one thing I feel very strongly. Fear. A terrifying, deep fear of everything. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system is a country with no future at all. Don't worry, you won't uphold the justice system. The justice system does not uphold the truth for many years to come.
It does not improve.
It does not improve.
It does not get better.
In the slightest. Ask a certain Phoenix Wright. He sits there and he's like, the fuck is happening with this justice system?
Miles Edgeworth is going through his files of the original invention of the justice system, and he's like, look at all the chances that they had.
Right?
I got a bad feeling for my descendant here.
Yeah,
well
he
said,
felt that all the way through the years.
Mm-hmm. Despite the wide-eyed look of terror that is your signature move.
Yeah, that's kind of my default look right now.
It's kind of your thing.
I am being accused of murder, though. To be totally fair.
Fair. You little brats! Thank you, counsel. That will be enough, please. Still want to know what is in that? What is that bottle next to him? Is that a bottle?
Gin.
What is going on here? Is
it perfume?
Does he have mouthwash? Is it liquor?
It kind of looks like it has like a spray top,
Right?
like perfume.
What has he been sitting next to all this time?
I want to say vodka.
He's drinking.
Sake.
This court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system and exists solely for the pursuance of truth and for obfuscating the truth. To ensure diplomacy.
You know, it also reminds me, like, the cap of it kind of reminds me of those like cough syrup,
Yes!
like the
Cold medicine.
yeah,
He's got a
like
cold.
when you pour it in, yeah. I actually have no fucking idea what that is.
With that in mind, this trial will now resume with the next witness taking the stand. Oh boy.
Maybe it's just water.
The visiting student from Great Britain. Oh.
Ooh, we
Mr.
get to
Zyle Brett,
see her
the
finally.
Phantom Woman.
Who has been exposed.
Yes, let's expose a woman. I mean, Your Excellency!
What?
Wow.
What?
Well, what a delight it is to welcome an actual woman to Japan, and from such a distant land. tea! Someone bringing this tea! In England, no discussions can take place without tea!
Is that true?
No idea. Miss Swan, Miss Brett, could we possibly trouble you to state your name and occupation for the court?
Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga.
What? Is he gonna speak for her?
I have been working undercover as a head waiter at Le Carnival and—
Yes, we know all about you already. Inspector Hosonaga, where are your manners? In England, it's always ladies first.
Is that true?
Clueless. More importantly, what do they do in England? In bed. Something you said to me earlier today. You said your powers of observation are the one thing you're sure of, so do you mean you're not sure of our love?
Right. Oh, yes. Wait, I think I did, didn't I? Okay, look. It's best to take everything I say with a couple of grains of salt.
As a suggestion. Yet your description for this amazing sight was simply a woman. Just a woman. You couldn't have mentioned, perhaps, the gigantic bird hat.
No, okay, look.
Or the fact that you got thrown in a pantry.
This is a single woman. I don't think I was off base by calling her a woman. There was one, and it is woman.
You know that she's single?
If she wasn't before, she probably is now, because Dr. Watson just got fucking shot.
Sorry, dearkin, but powers of observation aside, your powers of description are sorely lacking.
Guilty.
Dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please, this will be the first time I've ever talked to a woman. Cool.
Sure.
Oh, that's right. She doesn't get Japanese.
Right, we speak Japanese here. That's
we don't actually understand English well enough, I guess.
Awkward.
Okay, well then, So we're going to need to invest in English classes for the future of our justice system.
Not only does she speak English, she speaks English in cursive.
Yeah, that's extra hard.
Which absolutely nobody in this courtroom can understand.
I like how no one thought to have an interpreter for her. I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but what the actual fuck was that? Is that a language? There we go. He's interpreting.
Yeah. This lady says her name is Giselle Brett. She comes from London, England. She is a visiting research student, currently enrolled in Yume University's medical faculty.
Oh my, and she hasn't learned any Japanese yet, huh? Well,
somehow.
What a rare treat to hear the dulcet tones of the delightful language of the British people. I just love British.
And, it is canon that both Ryunosuke and Kazuma have been learning English. So, how little do they know?
I'm afraid I don't understand a word you said, but it was as beautiful as a hummingbird song. Never seen a hummingbird either, but I hear it's pretty. As far as I can tell.
Do hummingbirds sing?
I'm clueless about that. The detective is translating her words faithfully enough. Alright, so Kazuma, we're relying on Kazuma to determine whether or not he's interpreting her correctly. Because this is an actually interesting judicial question.
Right. I'm actually really stuck on it. Like, do hummingbirds have a call?
I don't think so.
Hold on, I gotta Google this.
Google time.
It's Google time. Do hummingbirds. Birds have a call. They make short, soft call notes.
Call notes. I've got a note.
Right. I wanna see, hold on. Hummingbird sounds. Hold on.
Everyone's just hanging out in the courtroom.
Yeah, hold on. Wow.
What a lovely sound.
Right.
That's what she officially sounds like.
All right. Yeah. that's her exact. Yeah.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Yes, I agree. You'll obviously do fine in England, Kazuma. Her English doesn't rattle you at all, does she? Does it?
I've learned quite a few English words. You've clearly been paying attention in your English classes, Ryukun, unlike all your other classes.
Also, Wolfie, the hat is a swan, I believe.
The court thanks the beautiful lady for taking the stand.
I say I think, like I don't know what a swan looks like, but I do.
Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Swan.
Oh, I see, because the tail. I think the tail is actually supposed to be like water.
Ah.
It's supposed to be like maybe water.
Yeah, interesting. 3 days ago at a restaurant called Le Carnival, a grim murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you were dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct? I'm gonna go through this every time.
Sure, why not? Flowers in the water.
Chirp, chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp, chirp.
She says yes. This could take some time.
I'll just stand here holding my sword then. So even though she's studying here in Japan, she can't speak any Japanese? Chirpity chirpity chirp.
The text like beeps. That's what her actual voice sounds like.
Yes, that's our actual voice.
She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says that she was due to make a presentation at the university, so she had to leave immediately. Thank you, T-Chef.
Interesting. When you're the one who engineered her escape.
I was just following special orders from the Bureau.
Oh, well now, dear lady. Would you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photographic print?
You could say, look at this photograph.
It makes me laugh.
Would you like to look at this dead body?
Seeing as you were so unfortunately present at the scene of the crime, I'd like to inquire with you about this beef steak.
Right. Was it delicious?
Could it be that your resplendent eyes, oh boy, this guy, he's really, he's trying. Caught sight of the wicked perpetrator, perhaps? Would you like to share a steak with me?
Apparently, it was very frightening. And sorrowful sight. Oh, a very frightening and sorrowful sight.
Well, I thought it looked delicious. Do you mean to say...
The steak? Yes, it would appear the lady did witness the crime. The very moment when the accused, standing right there in this courtroom, shot the victim in cold blood.
Order! Order in court! Did you hear that, Your Excellency? Here we have an absolutely conclusive witness statement. Case closed. Well, it looks like it's clear now. You're an idiot. Clear who our real enemy is.
Is it my homosexuality?
Unfortunately, I will have to ask you to formally testify, if you please. Kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you described. He certainly is frightening and sorrowful to look at.
Cool. I had arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day.
I was late for a very important date.
The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only a beefsteak.
Beefsteak.
After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor, and they got into a fierce argument. What? What the shit?
He was thrown in the pantry.
Also, hi, Tisha. Then, not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. What the fuck is your problem? This lady did it, didn't she?
She was in cahoots with the baby!
What a bitch. She was hiding the baby in her little, her little butt puff.
It would actually, yeah, it would be pretty hilarious if the baby turns out to just be a total red herring. And it's just that this guy couldn't, work out his childcare, and that's all there is to it.
Right.
I can only wish and dream.
I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. This other guy also doesn't carry a gun himself, and couldn't have been the culprit, but took the other gun that was very much in the room and shot him. That's... my logic is superb.
This is a condemning...
Yes, it is! Wait, no! No, I didn't... Sorry, the yes is just so fucking funny.
It just makes him seem even dumber.
It really does. No, I didn't have any kind of argument with the professor at all.
Objection! Quiet, you filthy wretch! Look at you, you black-hearted blackguard, and look at this snow white angel. Never seen such a beautiful, I'm sure even a dark-minded scoundrel like you can imagine whose words the court is going to believe.
Yeah, and a beautiful woman has never been a terrible, terrible villain ever before.
That's never a thing we've seen.
Ugh.
You're still making the same mistakes, my precious cutlet. You mustn't blurt out when you're goaded like that. That's a lesson you need to learn.
Pat. Oh, but he's so annoying.
I know.
I know, sweetheart.
It'll be okay.
You're gonna have to just deal with it, okay?
Okay.
Of course, I was at the scene as well. I took statements from this lady and 2 witnesses who testified before and reported back to the bureau. It was decided that Miss Brett was not involved, so I let her go.
The testimonies of the last 2 witnesses were completely worthless, however, our court.
Well, even so. On the day in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit she is today. As you can see, there is nowhere about her person where she could conceal a fire, except for her massive ass puff.
Oh my gosh.
Are you fucking serious?
Really? Are you really?
Maybe in the hat? Come on, dude.
Okay, so how much are they gonna put us through before we get her to take off her hat? And her hair is gonna fall
off. Or her caboose.
Okay, so she's got this, ribbon tied, right? The whole thing is gonna come off. See how the wig is over her ribbon?
You're already trying to predict her breakdown?
Yeah, I'm already, perceiving, the hidden gun is inside, it's under her, I don't even know.
It's in her tits.
Yes. She's not a woman!
Actually, that would actually be an Ace Attorney twist, is that she's not actually a woman.
She's not actually a woman. There are no women in this courtroom.
Right. But, like, legitimately, though, like, I can think of at least 3 places where she could have hidden a gun in that outfit.
You know, if you have boobs, you could totally hide a gun in your bra.
Yeah. That's
There's
what I'm
so
saying.
many places.
That's what I'm saying. Your imagination is terrible, Hosonaga. As a woman, I can think of many places to hide a gun in that specific outfit. I can definitely hide a gun between my tits. I would think she could hide a gun almost anywhere in that outfit if she wanted to.
He's actually smarter.
Exactly! Thank you! With your power of having eyes.
Unless and until the precise location where the witness is to have hidden a weapon can be shown, this is moot.
Try the hair. Try the fucking caboose.
The swan!
Under her skirt. In her tits. Like, anywhere.
They get the first woman in a courtroom, and it's all about inspecting the woman's body.
It's all about exposing her.
That's what we're doing here.
It's about exposing the Phantom Woman. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. Those are the witness's own words on the matter. It's a shame, Bruta. Unless you're very brave. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, what? Ryukun, he's, you know, I gotta say this is actually one of the gayest things he said. Because, like,
if only I was physically capable of lifting her skirt.
if I could lift up her dress, like, as if he's not even thinking about what lifting up her dress would imply.
No, he's thinking about, I need to lift her dress to look for a weapon.
Mechanically, yeah.
I need to lift her dress to look for a gun. That's ridiculous. If only I was allowed to lift up her dress, I could prove it.
Or take off her hat.
Right. Just take off the fucking
hat.
Take
off the hat. Don't think about doing anything heterosexual, Ryukun.
But I didn't fire the gun I picked up. There must have been another gun there on that day.
I know where your gun is. I know how to fire it. You're right about that, which means this lady was hiding a gun somewhere.
In her vajayjay.
Yes, that's what we have to prove now. And to do so, we will need to pull her testimony apart.
God, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Why? The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Please refrain from doing anything other than using your words.
Oh, yes, Your Excellency, I will examine her very closely.
With your words!
With my eyeballs. I mean, with my mouth. Wait, shit. Hold it!
Take your hat off.
After 2 p.m., in fact. That's really quite a late lunch, isn't it?
You don't keep up with the latest fashions from Britain, do you? Late luncheons are in vogue, isn't that right? Am I impressing you, British lady?
No.
Spoke. Her voice, like a hummingbird saying no. A decisive English no has quite a sting to it.
The gentlewoman is currently working in the victim's research laboratory, it seems. So it was apparently a daily occurrence that they would lunch together.
But on the day in question, the victim had another appointment at the clinic first.
This is very true, Wolfie. You're absolutely correct. Yes, which we can prove from the medical report card that was submitted as evidence earlier. That's right. Miss Brett and the victim went to lunch following the victim's treatment, which is why it was so late.
Yes, that all makes perfect sense. Such wonderful logic. what a shining example of English intelligence this beautiful lady woman is.
Lady woman?
So you both arrived at the restaurant. What happened next?
He was unable to eat, you say? And that was because he just had a tooth removed at the Hota Clinic, correct? That's right. You're supposed to actually check with the witness before answering?
Was Miss Brett aware of that fact?
It seems so, yes. She'd heard that the professor was to have some dental treatment. So that would mean that it was you that ate the steak pictured here. Is that right, Miss Brett?
It was delicious.
Is the game audio stuttering? Hold on. Did that fix it? Yes, alright. That's what I thought. Thank you. It might drop the quality down a hot bit, like a little bit, but it's all good. The print you have there shows the table exactly as it was left after the horrifying events. Exactly as it was left.
Dear me, what a harrowing experience. To have traveled to a distant island on the far side of the world and be embroiled in such a tragic incident. Have no fear, my dear lady woman. I swear I will crush the evil fiend that has subjected you to this terrible plight. So Hauichi really wants her.
Right.
The victim, Dr. Wilson, had nothing to eat or drink at all.
I legitimately almost skipped that dialogue just to make him shut up.
Seriously. Dr. Wilson didn't eat anything, did he?
That's right, other than some carbonated water. What? Just water?
Specifically, carbonated.
Yes, the professor was unable to eat, but he had been given permission to drink water. So it appears that the diners toasted their lunch with a glass of water each.
The carbonated water killed him, and then the baby found the gun on the floor and shot him dead.
Raised a glass of carbonated water.
She's hiding a glass of carbonated water under her hat. What do you think, Ryukin? What do you think about me? And the witness's last statement.
You're very meaningful. Hi, West. That last statement of yours, Miss Brett, has a profound bearing on this case, somehow.
Oh, well, how fascinating. Do tell us, what is this profound bearing?
I'll figure it out.
The significance of the statement will become apparent when he figures it out.
Right.
The defense calls for the witness's last statement to be formally added to the testimony. Well sidestepped, counsel. Very well, Miss Brett. Please append that stuff. Add it to your testimony.
Gladly, she said, and somehow her mask changed.
You're not a real woman.
That was brilliant, Kazuma. I'm gonna remember that one.
Which one?
The significance will become apparent when the time is right. I could really use that phrase.
I hope there are some more useful tips you're picking up from this experience than that, Ryukin.
It makes it harder, actually. It makes it more difficult, actually, to defend my innocence when I am turned on. So if you could not
Or you could pick up my tip.
Stop. Yeah, so there's obviously no fucking water at this table. And there's like a
It's the bottle.
yeah, obviously. There's fucking
Okay. Wait, okay. So there's this one glass.
Yes!
there's only one glass. Is what I meant to... I just love that sprite of him being like, hey. God, he has the dumbest look in his face. He's so funny. That's it! Let me just confirm something, please. It's to do with this photographic print. Just a short while ago, you spoke of this print showing the victim's table at the crime scene. That it was exactly as it was left. That is correct, the lady says. Well, that is, it's odd. Very odd.
Dear me, what's odd is the defense's inability to express itself. Bjorken, what is it about the print that looks odd to you?
Well, obviously, it's the cheers.
Cheers.
Miss Brett just told us that the professor said cheers over a glass of water. But if that's true, there should be 2 glasses on the table, not 1.
Well, you see, in Great Britain, they cheer over a single glass. They just
Right,
have the one
they
glass.
actually just, they merged the glasses into one.
That's the way that they do it in the Britain.
Yeah.
Yo, Council, there's only one glass pictured here. Objection! Are we supposed to be impressed by this nitpicking over minutiae? What possible difference does the presence or absence of a glass make on the case?
Objection!
Objection. Minutiae, you say? Could it be that the detective here removed a glass from the table to conceal the lady's presence?
Of course not. I would never do something so reckless.
As remove a glass in a restaurant where I am a waiter.
But there should have been 2 glasses on the table. Or are you gonna try to tell me you can only clink with 1?
So in Great Britain, we clink in our hearts.
You're quite right. I certainly took 2 glasses to the table. He must have stolen the other. The bastard. I'm glad he's dead.
He ate it.
I'm glad I shot him. Wait.
Oh, well, what did the lady say?
It would seem that it was Miss Brett who took the glass from the table. What? It was all so terrifying, everything that happened.
I took my glass as a souvenir of the incident.
Right, that I had so little time to think, I just picked up a glass and ran with it.
Just wanted to remember the horrors by.
Right. I panicked and thought I should try to hide the fact that I had been there at all, she's saying, but didn't think to hide the steak. For some reason.
Good gracious.
Sorry.
There, as I assured the court before, this is of no consequence at all.
Oh, please.
We must remember that this student had just murdered this lady's luncheon companion before her very eyes. Who could blame this poor lady woman for concealing a glass or 2 in her state of disarray?
That's absurd.
Oh, really? Well, you're absurd. So do we take it that you are now going to accuse this vulnerable, young, and beautiful woman of mischief? How dare you?
What? No, I'm going to accuse her of murder. This can't be put down to mischief.
I'd like to know a lot of things. Exactly how the lady took the glass from the sea.
She concealed it with the gun that she brought with her.
She put her gun in the glass.
Right.
And then she stuck the glass in her bra.
Right.
And that's how she left the
She took the gun out of her bra, and then she stuck the glass in, and then she put the gun under her skirt.
And then she just put the hat on over her head.
Right. It would seem that she slipped it into a small handbag she was carrying. Oh, yeah, like a handbag where you could conceal a weapon?
Mm-hmm.
Like a gun?
So, Okay, so first we've got the obvious gigantic hat, her gigantic skirt, her fake wig, and now on top of all this, let's not mention that she had
a handbag.
She had a handbag, but you know, that's not important. That's totally not relevant at
But
all.
she couldn't have concealed a gun anywhere, obviously.
Handbag, you say? What is this bag of hand you speak of? Is this a British thing?
Yes, Your Excellency, a small handheld pouch commonly carried by well-to-do women in England. A woman is a female.
So the beautiful female lady, the female lady has very graciously explained how and why she removed the glass from the scene now.
Well, how about the gun? How did she carry the gun to the scene?
That was also in her handbag. I mean, it was not. She did not have a gun. The fact remains that this glass has absolutely no bearing on the case. This student has been trying to confuse the court with logical reasoning, which we have no need of in a courtroom.
Logic has no place in this courtroom.
In the end, it comes to nothing. Anything that interrupts my attempts to get a date with this lady woman is off the table.
Aren't you married?
I forgot about that. You have wasted enough time already! Indeed, you have wasted a lot of time. This lady has offered a satisfactory explanation as to why she removed this glass. I think henceforth we can consider the matter to have no bearing on the case. Counsel for the defense, are you in agreement?
No!
Yes,
well,
he shouts.
I don't know, really.
If you want to pursue this matter further, you're going to need to show that it has some deeper significance.
Hey, it proved that she had a fucking handbag. Yes, you're right. So, she took the glass away in her handbag. If there's deeper significance there, it's the fucking handbag! Thank you!
Oh my god.
Wait, the lady put a glass in her handbag, you say?
In her handbag?
She has a bag in her hand?
Yes, do try to keep up. It's already been explained to the court that all English gentlewomen carry handbags for small items.
Like handguns.
Like handguns. They're actually designed to fit an entire gun.
Let me see. A little while ago, Miss Brett stated the following. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. But what she forgot to mention was her handbag. In which it would have been perfectly possible to conceal a gun.
So this is how long we've taken just to get to, yes, you could use a handbag to conceal a gun. It's gonna be another hour before we get to the swan hat. Well done, partner. I had a feeling you'd pick up on that extremely basic and obvious point as well. What are you insinuating, you vile blackguard? You think that this boy actually has a thought in his brain? It's really very simple.
Hey, I have 2 brain cells and occasionally they brush together.
This was one of those occasions.
They're like the DVD logo.
Yes.
Like they're just bouncing slowly on each other, and just occasionally they collide and a thought occurs.
The gunshot was heard when the defendant picked up the gun from the restaurant floor. As he didn't fire that gun, we can deduce there must have been another firearm at the scene. A true murder weapon, if you will. Okay, so why was this random gun just laying around on the floor, though?
Right?
You can't seriously be suggesting.
Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Did you or did you not search Miss Giselle Brett's handbag on the day of the murder?
It's rude.
No, sir, I did not. What do you want me to do, lift her skirt? Jesus Christ.
That's where
As
she
I-
keeps her tampon. Me, a man, investigate that area?
Right, I couldn't look at a tampon. It would burn my eyeballs out.
There might be feminine products in there.
As I thought. In other words, another gun. The one that was actually used to kill the professor. Could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag.
No! Well, by the logic of this courtroom so far, basically anything could be in the handbag. Order, order, order!
It's just another steak.
Yes, it's an extra steak.
This is my backup steak for if my if this steak wasn't done by my preparations.
What is the meaning of this, Inspector?
The meaning of what, Professor Prosecutor Aoichi?
The meaning of life. The universe and everything.
The meaning of wife?
The meaning of wife. I've been thinking a lot about the meaning of wife lately. Why on earth did you not have the gentle lady woman female open her handbag and show you the contents at the time? Thanks to your bugly incompetence, now she has to endure these uncomfortable accusations and she may have to expose her feminine products in the courtroom.
Feminine products being a gun.
Yes.
And a steak.
Brilliant work, partner.
Don't say that while you're holding your sword.
Now we have a chance to expose the real woman behind the mask. I guess that's what we'll be exposing right now.
I guess we're exposing women today, Kazuma.
You know that my thoughts are something else entirely.
Right. Do you think so, Kazuma? Where did you pick up this heterosexuality?
I'm forced to do it for the courtroom.
Are you turning bisexual?
She's my beard.
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, he's gonna die of poisoning before this is over.
Oh, well, what a sorry situation. Clearly, you have no faith in the police.
They will prove to give you no reason to have faith in them for at least a century.
As I said, I did not search the lady's handbag after the shooting. Simply because it was unnecessary.
You give me unnecessary handbags.
Hand jobs? Unnecessary in what way? I ought to thank the student lawyer, really. I have a piece of evidence here that I had completely forgotten about. My dude, aren't you supposed to submit evidence before the trial? Aren't you supposed to do that? You have no faith in the police.
He completely forgot about the evidence.
You have no faith in the police who
forgot.
Shoved you in a pantry, forgot about evidence.
Didn't bother to inspect the one thing that she was carrying.
Yeah, and absolutely didn't realize that one of the witnesses that they subpoenaed wasn't even looking at the crime scene. You obviously have no respect for those people.
Can't imagine why. They're just crackerjack sharp, though.
This photographic print.
What the? Wait, what the?
Oh, the handbag was see-through, I guess.
What in the world? Okay.
This print of a photograph that I thought would be prudent to take immediately after the shooting.
But I did not think it would be prudent to share it with this courtroom.
As you can see, it clearly shows Miss Brett's handbag.
Well, I never... You could see right through to what's inside.
Really judge?
I never saw a handbag in my life, so I'm just a little baffled and overcome right now.
That's right.
It was a moving spectacle.
Apparently, meshwork bags like these are the height of fashion in London at the moment. You can't keep anything smaller than what the mesh is inside of it, unfortunately.
The ladies love putting their glasses in these see-through mesh bags.
Right, and it's like, okay, so she had a handbag, but she didn't have anything in it?
Yeah, nothing in the handbag.
Nothing in the handbag, but
just carried the contents are clearly visible.
Exactly, so there was no need to search the lady's handbag. If there had been a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious. As you can see, there's nothing to imply Miss Brett's guilt here. Thank you for helping to prove that, Naruhodo-san. Oh god!
You defeated him.
He knocked himself out.
Order! Order! I'll have a beefsteak. Inspector Hosonaga, you will submit that print as evidence at once.
Certainly, Your Excellency.
Oh boy. I think you've had it long enough to cross-examine the witness, counsel. The court has now been shown considerable evidence. As the photographic print just submitted into the court record appears to have no further significance. We can't see anything whatsoever significance in this photo. There's no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling and get on home to have a nice beefsteak.
Objection, Your Honor.
No, I put in an order for a
Objection,
beefsteak.
Your Honor.
Yes, defense?
Hold on, let me look at this. Nothing in here proves anything about, like, how I did it. Like, you're supposed to prove that I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing in here says anything that says I did it. Like, there's no... You can't prove anything.
But you can't prove he didn't do it.
Like, legitimately, all you have is the witness testimony of one lady who saw me, like, who says that she saw me holding a gun, like shoot a gun at a dude, but, like, that isn't what happened at all. Like,
this does make you feel...
And none of the evidence lines up whatsoever.
Think of trying to go through a trial and having a justice system back when you couldn't collect the level of evidence,
right,
even remotely.
But also, like, the murder weapon was not submitted as evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the gun? Like, obviously there's no forensics, so they can't, like, fingerprint it or anything. But, like, where's the gun?
Where's the gun? Indeed, and there is only one logical conclusion, even though I've already said there's no room for logic in this courtroom.
There's only one logical conclusion. We're a bunch of idiots, and we don't have the right person, and we should probably suspend this trial so further investigation can take place, because we don't actually have any evidence that this guy did it.
The pathetic rookie slumped over the bench before us. He's the only possible perpetrator of this crime, you see. The only one, because it couldn't possibly be the gentle lady woman female. No. Or the baby.
I thought I was beginning to turn things around, right when I thought I was about to Gyakten.
Dr. Wilson shot himself.
God, I'm in a worse situation than I was at the start. No, yeah, that's the thing, Wolfie, is that, so, I actually had that thought too. So, hold on, I'm bringing up the court record. The post-mortem report says, caused by blood loss from a gunshot to the chest, the bullet did not pass through the victim's body. But, like, what they said was that they really only take a cursory glance at the body. They don't actually, like cut the body open and do, like, a full autopsy. They just kind of, like, look it over. And so the bullet didn't pass through the body tells me, first of all, that, like, I mean, obviously it's not actually that close range. Second of all, that if he could have died some other way, like, but was shot afterwards, like,
Can we see if on the new photo...
So she has a glass in her handbag. What if she poisoned him and then shot him to make, when he picked up the gun, she shot him, to make it look like he died from a gunshot and then accused him of murder. Like, that's my thought.
Yeah. What's, go to the mesh handbag photo. Can we inspect that hand? What the hell is going on with that wrist over there?
Oh, what is that? Does he have like a tattoo of a fucking...
He's an ox.
Is it a tattoo of an ox or... That is weird. What is that?
That's some weird stuff right there.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I didn't actually see that. You have a good eye. Huh. Obviously, there's nothing to do over here, but...
Weird leaf, that's a good idea.
Weird leaf, could be.
Weird symbol of something, he's part of some secret society.
One of those bread tabs just got caught on his sleeve.
And can you go to the other two photos that we have? Okay, so we have that photo. He was shot from the front of the chest. Okay, we can see a bullet wound, and we don't see anything behind him. And then the other photo?
The other photo is that.
Oh, look! Oh, there it is!
Yeah,
it's on the steak thing!
Oh, so he...
Maybe the plate was hot. It's a hot iron plate, and he burned his hand.
Yeah, or he was actually eating the steak.
He was leaning on the plate. It's like, the wood thing around it suggests that it could be a hot iron plate that you're not supposed to touch. And he could have gotten that seared into his hand.
Huh. Good eye, good eye. It's gonna be another, 20 minutes before we get around to doing that, but wow.
Forever. You're just so dumb. I love you.
Right?
I can't right now. I need you.
I'm not used to you being bent over like that.
This is a new side of Kazuma.
Kazuma?
He's totally overcome because, he cannot handle how attracted he is to this idiot.
God, you're so stupid.
I just need to whip this sword out. I'm sorry, Ryukun. Now that the cross-examination of the witness is over, there's no way to force the trial to continue.
What? You mean this is it?
Oh my. Aha! Gotcha. I must say, you put up quite a fight for a rookie student. Yeah, they did say he didn't eat the steak.
They did say that he didn't eat the steak because he had a tooth extracted.
So maybe he did eat the steak and he died from eating the steak.
That would have been a big mistake.
The biggest mistake. Hey! The weak are meat, but the strong eat.
I don't think he would have died if he ate the steak. He just would have really hurt his teeth.
No, but wouldn't... Oh, go to his medical record thing.
Oh, sorry.
Actually, I guess it's just something.
On the day of the murder, the victim had undergone dental treatment and prohibited from drinking anything but water.
It was prohibited. I guess we don't know if it would kill him.
It wouldn't. If he got a tooth removed, it would just, it would just hurt a lot. It might pull a stitch.
Infection.
It might pull it. Yeah, but he wouldn't die immediately.
Die that fast.
He wouldn't die immediately from infection. It's get infected and keel over.
It does suggest that he was eating the steak, though.
Yeah.
You are wasting your time, mahaha. A fact you can chew on to your heart's content from the inside of your cell.
This can't be happening.
Don't worry, it's not.
Am I really gonna be found guilty of a crime that I didn't commit because I'm fucking blind and I didn't... He's like, I have powers of observation. But I didn't see any of this other bullshit. Kazuma.
It's all my fault he's never gonna be able to fuck me again.
Right. And his dream of going to study in Great Britain will slip through his fingers. Kazuma?
What? Stop turning me on.
Is there really Is there really no chance now of turning this trial around? Can we Gyakten this Saibon?
Can we rotate this evidence? You heard the judge. There's nothing about that last photograph. Nothing at all the detective produced. Nothing that we can contest. Nothing.
You cannot look at this photograph.
It will not make you laugh. Which means there's no basis on which we can argue for the trial to continue. Are you getting what I'm laying down here? No basis at all, unless we could connect some dots.
Unless you could find something in that photo.
Very well, I will now proceed immediately to the ruling and go home to my order of a giant beefsteak. It seems we'll be able to report to the British government on time after all. Also, I got to meet a woman.
Objection, please.
That smug little.
Oh god, that like...
This is actually like...
That little
the
like...
two of them standing next to each other being all like, rawr.
Yeah.
And...
That sad face is actually somewhat attractive.
Wow, yeah. He's developing a higher level of thought and concern.
What's
up with his hand?
Okay? Yeah,
he's been
wait a
wearing
minute.
His hand brace. Why is he wearing a hand brace?
I wonder.
Is it gonna come up?
I don't know.
Or is it just gonna be like, he wears a hand brace?
He wears
That's
a hand brace because he
cosplay.
can.
Because without the hand brace, he's just another dude with short black hair.
I didn't notice the hand brace until just now.
He needs to wave his hands around more.
Right.
Naruhodo Ryunosuke. Having considered all of the evidence placed before me and...
Yes!
Yes.
Yes what?
Yes, no. Wait, Your Excellency.
Ryukin? That was hot, but what?
I don't think you can rule on this case yet.
Objection! This amateurishness is getting tedious. When His Excellency deems that the trial is over, he gives his ruling. That is the most basic protocol of the courtroom, you numbnuts.
Yes!
Your Excellency, just a moment ago you said this. As the photographic print just submitted appears to have no further significance, there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Now, that means if there was a problem with the evidence, some significant detail, I mean... then ruling on the case at this time would be out of the question.
Objection! This is blatant straw clutching, because do we have straws right now? Look at this photographic print. I don't know, how old are straws? All it shows is the handbag the gentlewoman lady female was carrying on the day in question.
I think you could probably make straws out of a lot of things.
I gotta Google how long straws have been
And like,
around.
who invented straws?
Who invented straws? I was also wondering, okay, so...
When were straws invented?
Athena has a glove. I wonder if it's just a hand brace to be like, we're gonna connect the style. Okay, between 6,000 to 7,000 years ago, the ancient Mesopotamians invented the very first straws.
Okay, well,
Cool.
straws probably existed.
There could be no problem with this evidence. You'd better know what you're doing, Ryukin, and you never do.
Well, it's not gonna get any worse, is it?
I understand your objection, counsel. Certainly, the new evidence submitted by the detective has not undergone the court's scrutiny. However, I fail to see how we can glean any new information from this handbag, which is the only thing in this photo I am looking at. My thoughts exactly. I am also only looking at the handbag. The prosecution is becoming tired of this rookie's desperate wheezes.
Maybe you should be looking more at the hand and less at the bag.
Hey!
Yes, I'm desperate. I'm always desperate. I've always been desperate. Kazuma, tell them how desperate I am.
He's so desperate.
But this isn't a wheeze. There is something about this photograph that just doesn't seem right. If only I could put my finger on it.
You could literally put your finger on it. You could point with your finger.
Right.
And put it on it. I will grant the defense one final opportunity!
Exclamation point!
What? Question mark, exclamation mark. But be warned that, oh, wow, look at this.
Oh, you get
I
this
am
right.
unsatisfied by your response here. Well, I'm gonna get a chance to whip out some of my Dom routines.
Right. This
Bam.
is, yeah.
Also, the trial will be over with immediate effect.
That is a heavy hammer.
That is a...
You could kill someone with that. I think I've said this before, but I want a case where someone was killed with the judge's gavel, and you have to like defend the judge.
Seriously. The
Like-
judge is on trial now.
Right.
Who will judge the judge?
It's another judge.
Do I make myself clear? It'll be the Canadian judge.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yes, Your Excellency.
So take another look at the photographic print.
Does it make you laugh now?
You will identify for the court where in this print we can see the significant detail to which you have alluded. Wherever could it be?
Right, look at this photograph.
Yes!
Look at this, here! There's a very unusual mark on the victim's wrist.
That is true. It looks almost like a burn of some description. Ooh, sick. Objection! I'm the only one allowed to make sick burns here. I was wondering what new piffle you would come out with. A burn, you say? On the victim's wrist? So maybe it shows us that they, like, changed the position of the body.
Maybe.
Like he was slumped over before.
Mhm.
Clearly that has nothing whatsoever to do with the magnificent lady's handbag. The bag of hand.
Yes, that is a burn mark, you're right.
I would know. I have one on my left ass cheek. Go on.
What is it a burn
Inspector.
of?
That's private.
I was branded by my master. The police coroner also noticed it when he was performing the post-mortem examination and just decided not to put it in the report. You know, because fuck it. It was deemed unrelated to the cause of death, so he didn't note it in his report. Because he's
I'm just feeling Miles face
obviously
planting.
incompetent.
Just a century later, he's just like, I can't.
The incompetence just ripples through the ages.
What did I tell you? In any case, we have no idea when the victim suffered this sick burn, do we? And no possible way of knowing either. Haha,
I'm gonna
no
put a
possible
burn on your
way.
ass.
You what? We have no way. We have no idea what this is. None. The more I look at it, the more I find myself intrigued by the idea of getting a tattoo, even though I'm not Yakuza. However, as Prosecutor Aouchi points out, unless a firm connection to the case can be shown, I cannot allow any further time to be spent on the precise details of this particular sick burn. Chirpity chirp.
Excuse me, Your Excellency.
You're excused.
Okay.
Please leave now.
I would like to use the bathroom anyway. It would seem Miss Brett has a lunch appointment with the Dean and other university staff. May she be excused?
You can't possibly miss lunch.
He would like to know if she may be excused from the stand. Fuck off. No!
No.
You may not be excused.
All defense, should she be excused? Yes!
Right.
Oh, of course, dear lady female. We shan't hold you up any longer unless you would like to spend some more time getting to know me. I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway, so just petter on off to your luncheon. Nukun, do you have a single thought in that brain of yours? Do you believe this burn does have something to do with the case? Did we not identify this like 30 minutes ago?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. I don't have any thoughts anywhere in my head right now.
That's typical.
But if I don't keep pushing, then it's all over. No. I'm not gonna say what I just thought. So I was thinking I should keep digging and digging in the hope I might uncover something useful.
Yeah, just keep going, just a little farther. You're right.
Not yet. I am?
Not yet. If we can just link that burn to the case, if we can do that, we might be able to prize this prize? This shutting door back open again. Prize?
Prize?
Prize? Is prize a word?
We will check.
Use force in order to move apart, or open something.
Oh, okay. So it's like
Wow.
we're gonna kick up to open this fucking door.
Well, well, well.
We learned something from the Ace Attorney. Exclamation point.
Just give up, Counsel. You can't possibly hope to do that. I'm just gonna keep blathering away here, even though you figured this out 30 minutes ago.
I like that when I said exclamation point, the captions actually just put an exclamation point.
That's great.
You see?
Good guy captions.
You see how it does that?
I see it. I love it.
That's fucking funny. I love it.
Wow, I didn't notice that the captions actually asterisk out certain things.
I think I told it to stop and then it didn't actually stop doing that.
I'm afraid that without evidence, I can't allow you to pursue what is little more than conjecture, even though conjecture has basically been the main theme here.
Oh, there's only additional sentence. Can't actually. Ooh. Alright, there you go. Sorry about that. But if we had it's not even me, it's you.
But if we had evidence? Evidence that irrefutably linked the burn on the victim's wrist to the case, then you would allow it? God. I would, yes.
Could we get to it, please?
To tell the truth, I hadn't noticed that burn whatsoever. I didn't notice it at all because I have no eyes. But as soon as you pointed out, what I did notice was how it looks exactly like something in one of the photographs that we have here in the court record already, and also the color draining from Miss Swan's face.
Really?
Yes, all of that.
I have to find some link between that burn and the case.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Newkun. You do. Just find it, please. Liz.
This is the moment of truth. We were born to make history. It's time to find some evidence that proves what the burn really means.
Okay, that is actually, like, on its own, just funny. Like, I want to just bounce that around Tumblr for a few years. So then, the defense will now present its evidence to the courts, please.
Right, yeah, the fucking steak, my dude.
Yeah, just... There you go. What's this, Counsel? Yet another print? Doesn't make me laugh, though.
Prize also means praise/celebrate in Danish, or prize in plural.
Very cool.
Neat.
Thank you.
Thank you for that trivia. Yes, Your Excellency, I believe photographic prints are an amazing invention. When we humans look at a scene, we miss things. But in a photograph, things we may have overlooked at the time are recorded forevermore.
Forevermore. Do hurry up, rookie. What are you trying to say?
You're saying fucking hurry up, but it took me 20 minutes to get to this.
Seriously. To inconvenience this poor lady female anymore would really be quite inexcusable.
Actually, we may need you to stay with us a little longer if you don't mind, Miss Lady Woman Brett. Female. You see, it's very clearly visible in this other photograph. How did the victim come to have that unusually shaped burn on his wrist? The reason is recorded here forevermore.
Forevermore.
What? How?
Well, you see, a photographic print
is like the fingerprints of a gun.
You can't fool me with your little bluffs, boy. If that's your game, then let's see how it plays out. Show the court exactly what you mean. What is it in this photograph that explains the reason for the victim's burn? What could it possibly be? Is it the butter knife? Is it the fork? Is it the happy steak? The beefsteak?
No, Kazuma's the beefsteak.
I'm the beefsteak.
Actually, the point is the metal plate that the steak was served on.
The plate? Your Excellency, are you alright?
No, he just sat on a tack. As you can see, there's an emblem on the plate. You can see it in color now.
Ooh, look at that. Everyone's thinking about beefsteaks so hard that they just invented color photography.
That's medium rare, you think?
Oh, yeah.
That's
a good steak.
That's a good steak, yeah. I would guess it's some sort of trademark of Le Carnival. Ah! This emblem on the plate. And the victim's burn are exactly the same shape.
What? Buchan, you genius. He's never ever going to say that again.
Right. You're spot on. Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant.
Okay, even though this is dumb, I will kind of give it to them that it is sort of amusing because it's introducing the idea that one would actually have to look at the details of photographs, which is a generally new concept.
Right.
Even if that is the case, we can't know if it happened on the day in question or not. He could have, gotten that burn when he was a child. It could have been the day before, or before that, or it most likely happened at some other unrelated time. He's just covered, he's littered in burns, he's been rolling on steak plates for his entire life.
Well,
Objection!
Sadly, Prosecutor Aoichi, the chances of that are extremely slim.
Thanks.
Why? Naze! The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. Wouldn't you agree, Inspector Hosonaga?
I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly.
But, does this restaurant have any other waiters, though? Like, ever?
I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't suffered very long ago. And although it's not a particularly large burn, it's extremely well defined, as the defense just pointed out. It was no mild burn, that's for sure. Can you be more specific, Inspector? Like at all? Ever? Well, let's see.
So far, I've forgotten half of the evidence. Not bothered to look at anything in detail.
I submitted a piece of evidence a little while ago that was not submitted before the trial. I am perfectly good at my job. If the plate was around 90 degrees centigrade, that burn would have taken around 3 seconds.
How very scientific. It's inconceivable the victim wouldn't have let out a scream of pain then. I certainly would have hollered.
I've been investigating at that restaurant for several weeks already, but I have not heard anyone scream at all. As the head waiter of Le Carnival, I can testify to that without hesitation.
But you're a detective, not a waiter! Oh, he pointed. He pointed. Yes. Look at that.
There you have it. Something isn't right here.
You're not right here yet.
Right. As the detective said, anyone who burnt themselves on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds would scream in pain. Also probably lift their hand up. There's no question of that.
And yet, Inspector Hosonaga, I never heard the professor scream. Not on that day, or any before it. He just haunted the man who was by his side all the time.
That's right, and the strange thing is, on the day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either.
Ooh. What are you suggesting?
He wasn't a screamer.
He was the quiet type.
Right. Well, if the professor had carelessly laid his wrist on the plate for anything like 3 seconds that day.
That would be beyond careless, I think, Counsel.
Then the rest of us in the restaurant, myself, the sergeant, and the old antiques dealer,
and the baby,
all of us would, without any question, have heard him scream.
You would all have heard him scream.
That's just the face he makes when his two like DVD logo brain cells rub up against each other.
They've crossed, and now he's Wow, dude.
Behind those eyes, you can see like the galaxy.
Yes.
Like, whoa. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Aochi?
What? I was getting lost in the galaxy brain meme there, and I wasn't paying attention to your one thought.
So the question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream?
If a Dr. Wilson dies in a restaurant, does anyone hear him scream?
Right.
I almost don't believe it. Nukun, do you think?
Only on occasion.
Do you think, Nukun?
Sorry,
do you think? Is thinking something that you ever do? This is so...
I think it just happens by random chance.
Do you think?
Can it really be true?
That I think?
I never dreamt we'd arrive at a conclusion like this, but I am starting to think that maybe I'm gay. We've been led into a terrible trap of thinking that I'm heterosexual.
Dun dun dun. Oh my god. It just hit me. Moving the body. It's just... It's so classic, baby.
I know.
There's
There's only one explanation I can think of to make sense of this apparent impossibility. On the day in question, when he suffered the burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson was already dead!
Deceased!
He's already dead.
He dead.
No man could remain silent while his wrist was burning on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds. That's clearly impossible, apart from one particular situation.
Counsel, are you suggesting?
Yes, it's only possible if the man was already dead.
Already?
Dead? He was the only one not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing what we know now, it's the only possible explanation. When the beefsteak was brought to Dr. Wilson's table that day,
Thanks, honey.
the professor was already dead.
Dun. That's bullshit. Order me a beefsteak, please. And explain this absurd notion at once. The victim was killed by a gunshot to the beefsteak.
Yeah, but you don't actually know that because the fucking autopsy doesn't actually happen. You just look at the body and be like, yup, that's dead.
That's dead.
He's got a hole in it, so obviously that meant he was shot and no other reason.
He's not breathing.
Also, she would know this.
Mm-hmm.
She would know this because she's studying medical sciences in Japan.
Yep.
So, oh boy. This is why you do fucking autopsies.
That's right. That's absolutely right, Your Excellency. This is just another ridiculous ploy by the rookie student. But clearly he has no grasp of the facts.
Objection!
It is you who has no grasp of the facts.
yeah, you did it. You fucking predicted that one.
I beg your pardon, Echo. As soon as it became apparent that the victim had suffered that burn while at the restaurant, this whole case was turned upside down. Or have you not grasped that yet? I don't want to grasp anything of yours.
I haven't grasped it, yeah.
I haven't grasped anything in a long time, frankly.
Right.
We didn't need to know that.
Right.
Your Excellency, the court must hear from this witness again.
That's something you have to discuss with your wife, not with us.
If it's true, as we now believe, that the victim was already dead before the gunshot was heard, it's highly likely that Miss Swan knows something about it. Incredible! I certainly didn't anticipate this twist of events. Masaka. Konna koto de wa. I'm sorry to say, Miss Swan, Brett, lady, that you will have to forget your luncheon engagement and hang around with us menfolk. But Your Excellency, I was working on getting a date to the luncheon with her, you see, and
You're gonna have to forget about it.
you're really harshing my...
Be faithful to your wife.
The justice system in our country may be in its infancy, but rest assured, all reasonable doubt must be dispelled before I'm prepared to pass judgment. I've suddenly just decided that. It's probably a good idea for, you know, justice and all. Wasn't really thinking about it before.
Thank you, Your Excellency!
You're welcome. What's on her back?
And what's on her back?
Did you see that? She has a few flecks of yellow on her back.
Probably like her buttons. What was that smile? Yes, of course. I mean, I'd be delighted to help.
She knows Japanese this whole time.
Especially if it helps relationships between my country and yours.
She heard all the things I was saying. Oh, this is awkward. Nihongo wakarimasu ka?
I would be a shit poor student if I didn't.
No kidding.
Well, of course I do. I'm studying in your country after all.
But then why have you been speaking through an interpreter until now? Pretty embarrassing for the rest of us.
My mother tongue, the Queen's English, is the most refined and elegant language in the world.
Take that, you Japanese people.
I just think Japanese sounds so fucking nasty.
We're so refined.
Right.
Where I come from.
As a gentlewoman, I try to avoid speaking in your vulgar tones as much as possible.
I am so curious as to what this actually is in the original.
Right. Damn, spoken like a colonizer. Exactly, Bruta.
Seriously.
What a huge fucking bitch. I am going to delight in taking her down. I don't care if she even did the murder. I'm gonna put her away for it anyway.
Yep.
Hey, question? What the fuck? What did our language ever do to you?
No objections.
But it seems the men in this land possess none of the chivalrous virtues of English gentlemen. So I can see that I shall have to lower myself to communicating with you all on your own level, like a fucking chimpanzee.
You are the epitome of a true English gentle-female. We are truly honored by this lavish consideration you so graciously afford us. I didn't just say in like 35,000 levels of politeness that my language naturally has. In that case, Miss Brett, I will now ask you to testify in your own words, by which I mean in Japanese this time. Please stop wasting our time and tell us about the events leading up to the death of the victim, Dr. Wilson. So we're finally going to hear her own words on the matter. Things are getting interesting, Buchan.
Unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burned his wrist like that. When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. As far as I've heard, the post-mortem report showed no other possible cause of death besides the gunshot, because they didn't look inside of him, because they don't cut open the body, and they wouldn't understand that poison probably wouldn't look like that.
I killed him with a glass. My handbag.
If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. But of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't pick up on it anyway.
Goddamn.
I'm going to fucking kill you.
That most captivating and beautiful testimony will go down in the Supreme Court's history. Thank you.
Easy does it. I hope this is the last time I'll have to sully my lips with the coarse tones of your unbecoming tongue. Oh, forgive me. I do hope I haven't insulted anyone by calling your language fucking awful and just an absolute...
I do hope I haven't insulted anyone when I was insulting everyone.
Yeah. Your language is absolutely just, like, two garbage lids clanking together in my ears. Wolfie, we went through this actually. There are the two glasses in the picture. Like, she took one and she put it in her handbag.
In her see-through handbag.
Right.
Not at all. It is a delight merely to hear you speak, m'lady.
So there's one, and then the other one is here in her handbag. Because she wanted to hide the fact that she was there.
Okay, so in the photo we have, we can see that there's water in the glass. So
right.
We
In
can
this
tell
photo, yeah.
that he had something with a drink in it.
Yeah, he did drink something. Yeah.
It seems very clear from your testimony that this boorish talk of the victim's burn is utterly irrelevant.
Capcom said that all women from England are fucking bitches. I will be speaking to your country's Minister of Justice about what has happened here today.
What exactly will you be telling them? The Minister of Justice? We don't even have one of those yet, really.
May that irritating little bully of a student be given the harshest punishment possible.
Did he pick on you? Is that why you mad?
Amen.
Wow.
Also, you call him bullying, yet your little waiter friend shoved him in a pantry. So I don't know.
Who's the real bully here?
Who's the bully? Huh? Thanks? What, was that a prayer then?
You'll have to forgive the irritation, Miss Bread, and put up with a cross-examination now.
Exclamation mark.
I expect you've noticed that this little bully of a student, as you put it about my sexy cutlet here, doesn't miss much.
Except for like a little in the head. You'll just have to give him a minute.
Get used to it. I'm sure I don't need to remind you, Counsel, that this will be your final cross-examination in this trial. I seriously need to get to my order of beefsteak. If you fail to demonstrate any problems with this witness's testimony, you're gonna be thrown in the prison. That's what's gonna happen.
You're going to be given the electric chair.
We're going to actually shoot you right here on site.
Yes. Death by firing squad.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
Huh.
What was that for? Yes, Your Excellency.
Wow. He gave himself a beating.
He smacked himself in the face.
And now he's ready to rumble.
Right.
Then you may proceed with the cross-examination. You very weird child.
Yeah, he is a little bit weird, isn't he?
Ding, 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 ding.
I brought my steak. The professor and I raised our glasses on a toast. Whereas I've heard the postmortem report showed another possible point besides a gunshot.
Maybe either we present it here or we press this?
First of all, I'm actually gonna save the game.
Smart.
You know, just so I can,
because,
you know, just in case.
cases.
I mean, we haven't lost any health yet, but I wonder if I could just be like, what about fucking drinking?
Mm-hmm.
Yes!
Or do I press it? Nah, no. I believe it's mysteriously odd. No, it isn't, you dumb bitch. What appears to be odd, pay no attention, Your Excellency. Oh, as you wish. Now kindly lower your head. Yeah, okay. Never. Not until I've proven that I'm innocent here.
I will keep my hand raised forever.
Alright, I'm gonna press this.
Yes!
Without leaving a trace. If someone is shot, or strangled, or stabbed, or thrown from a height, however a person's life is taken, there are always telltale traces on the body.
Quite right, dear lady female. As our police force has thoroughly examined the body of the deceased and definitely not proven themselves to be incompetent in any way, there can be no doubt. Isn't that right, Inspector Hosonaga?
Have you looked for poison? As I've said, I always aim for a flawless investigation that is incomplete, but the things that we did complete have no flaws.
Exactly. That's exactly what he's thinking about this whole thing. It's ridiculous.
There would be physical traces with all those causes of death, that's true. But maybe there's some other way of killing someone that doesn't leave a mark.
What way could that be?
If, heaven forbid, you doubt me, young man, you're going to have to tell everyone how exactly you think the professor did lose his life. Otherwise, I'm afraid your argument falls rather flat, doesn't it? Flat like your chest.
Oh no, perish the thought! Calling such a sweet young lady's innocence into question.
Woman, female.
You horrible man-male folk. On my honor, I, Houchi Taketsuchi, will cut down any who dare cast such aspersions.
A way of killing someone that leaves no trace.
Well,
I should have thought of that.
Yes.
What was I thinking? Shooting a dude.
Could have used that, you know, when I was killing a man in cold blood.
Man, it's a good thing that she killed him before I shot him.
You can.
What?
Do we have something to talk about here?
No.
Oh, we need some evidence.
Yes, evidence.
Evidence that you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah, okay. Inferior? What do you mean by that? In the lands of the Great British Empire, the police store everything found at a crime scene for later examination. But in this country, you investigate once, and that's the end of it. Isn't that so?
Quite right. Le Carnival is open for business as usual today, just days after the incident.
Exactly, which means that even if the investigation takes a different direction, vital evidence may be lost. Yeah, he's getting fucking poisoned.
He's having a thought.
But it doesn't even occur to your native directives to try to... Naive detectives. What the fuck? What did I even read there? But it doesn't even occur to you naive detectives to try to preserve the crime scene. I'm trying to be as tactful about this as I can, you understand?
A killer blow. The lady woman is as formidable as she is a beautiful female. Amazing!
Amazing!
Wow!
That was me! He's actually admitting our police may be flawed. Perhaps Prosecutor Ouchi is finally starting to make sense. See sense. He's starting to see sense.
I very much see your sense. I doubt that. I doubt anything and everything.
Still, there's something about what Miss Brett just said. There was a moment before when something didn't seem quite right. I think fucking... Yeah. I think it's going terribly. Because I'm obviously blind and stupid.
You're having thoughts. I know it's new.
No matter how much I press her, I'm not turning up any new
You
information.
can press me. As I suspected, she's a tough witness. We need to find a way to break her testimony, or the cross-examination will be over.
But that would mean I have to find a way. There must be some clue somewhere to help us find a chink in her armor.
Where could it be?
Cosmo,
Yes, my love. You can.
will you marry me?
I said yes at the beginning of this. I was the one who asked.
Oh, I do?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I do.
Great.
There is one thing I noticed, something that's been bothering me.
Bothering you? You mean about Miss Swan?
No, about the guy that's dying next to her. Actually, no. About the person standing next to her. Inspector Hosonaga. Hosonaga Keiboho.
The detective? Hosonaga Keibo?
Yeah, he seemed to react a little strangely to Miss Brett's last statement. I wonder if it might be significant. If I might present an opening. If it might present an opening, maybe.
You could present your opening. Okay, I should really focus. I really want to get out of this courtroom. I have an idea. Try pressing her on that last statement one more time.
If you think so, but...
This time, instead of targeting the woman herself, target her hat. Let's see what we can get out of the detective.
Alright then. I wonder what Kazuma's thinking. Oh, is this a thing where we can, like...
Oh, we could press the other guy.
We could press the other dude? So I press her. Superior? What do you mean by that? Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Ah!
Wait.
Yeah, so he's starting to
Yeah.
cough. Yes, there it is again.
Does Ryukun have the magic power to see thoughts? He has none of his own, but he can identify thoughts in
Right.
other people.
The detective's reaction is just the same as before. Why?
Up until now, the detective has been in the stand with Miss Brett as her interpreter. But things are very different now. For this testimony, the detective is just listening to what the Englishwoman has to say. This could be a golden opportunity.
What do you mean? Ask a question of someone else?
When people are actually testifying, they're usually very careful not to let anything slip. However, when they're listening to someone else speak, you'll find they often let their guard down.
You're right, look at him. He's lost in his own thoughts. He actually has thoughts on occasion.
It's time to pursue the man. Another man and his train of thoughts.
You want me to pursue this man?
So this is actually all about developing the ability to think and perceive that other people can think as well.
Sorry, pursue?
I'll explain how to do it now, Ryukun. It's all to do with the witness marker.
What marker?
At the moment, we're focused on Miss Brett, who's the person actually making the current statement. But by moving the marker... So, we're gonna have to deal with dual witnesses like this entire game.
Yep.
Is what I'm hearing.
Maybe
here.
maybe more than 2 witnesses.
Oh my... Wow.
It's kind of cool, actually. I'm interested in this mechanic.
While you're looking at the other witnesses, you'll be able to pursue them with... If you can catch the person at just the right time, you might uncover some new information to pursue. Or they might just be fantasizing about beefsteak. If you ever notice a strange atmosphere amongst the people on the stand, take a good look around.
Alright then, so first I should move the marketer across with... and then focus on the detectives. Then pursue him with... and see what's on his mind. Here we go.
Okay, his special power is recognizing thoughts and pursuing people.
Wait.
Okay, I am looking around. Thank you. Excuse me. What's the meaning of this? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to shock you. He really was lost in his thoughts. Deeply.
It looked like you were thinking something just now. Himbo.
Deeply.
Perhaps having heard what the woman next to you had to say?
If there's something you'd like to say, please, share it with the court.
Objection! What is the meaning of life? And my hair? It's the delightful Englishwoman female who's just testifying at the moment. If you can't find fault with her testimony, then the cross-examination should be over immediately.
Oh, is that how it works?
Absolutely not.
What?
The detective is in the stand, which makes him a valid witness.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that he's intimately involved in the case. Very, very intimately.
Inspector Hosonaga.
Yes.
Do you have something to add in relation to the statement just made by Miss Brett?
Well, yes. If you don't mind, I would like to speak. The lady is right, and I am left. Actually, she is to my right. Anyway, our country's police practices are not as modern as those used in Great Britain. Which is why I, Satoru Hosonaga, always try to make every investigation I'm involved with flawless, if incomplete. What do you really mean by that? I'll tell you what I mean. I won't have evidence lacking on my watch, except I will forget to present it every once in a while. And, you know, register it before the trial, but I won't have it lacking. I'm not afraid to take everything I can from the scene of a crime. It's preserving evidence, you see.
I'll take all the tablecloths, the tables, the chairs.
I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief. I'm not ashamed of what I've done.
What have you done?
I've swallowed the entire glass.
Yeah, he took it out of the crime scene by drinking it to ensure that he could remove it from the crime scene.
He must be like it must be some like contact poison or something like that, and he's actually getting super sick.
Well, looks like the lady woman's remarks touched a nerve there.
Take this, for example. Take that, you could say. This is the bottle of carbonated water that I took from the victim's table on the day in question. And yes, it's lost all of its fizz, having been opened 3 days ago. But it was carbonated water, I don't care what anyone says! I'm gonna recarbonate it! Yes, there's some left in the bottle, I can see it.
You know, this guy's poisoned, and he's probably gonna die. But I'm starting to really like this character.
Right.
Like, I like the idea of that we could get back the inspector every time, who always turns out to have completely fucked up the entire investigation. But then when he realizes it, he's like, "Well, it's going to be flawless. I will find the rest of the things that I did not investigate the first time, and I put it all in my pocket, actually." One day our police force will be among the best in the world, you see.
But he's not another Fulbright, hopefully. The time is coming, I guarantee it! This dude's gonna fucking die.
He's gonna die.
Ugh.
I can't say I condone the witness's actions, but I do understand the sentiment. Also, medic?
Right.
The court will accept the glass bottle of water as evidence. Miss Brett. Can you confirm that this is indeed the bottle from which you drank on the day of the victim's death? Also, we're just going to take that at her word.
Yes, it was that bottle. What was that about? She seemed to avert her eyes when she answered the judge's question.
Very well, counsel, you may resume the cross-examination. And the inspector will kindly control his fervor.
Okay. The label is written in a foreign language that I don't recognize. Do you know what it says, Kazuma?
Yes, I speak all languages in the world. I think it's French. This must be very expensive. French water. Fancy.
Yes, but what does it say? That's what I was asking.
It says, Je t'aime. Then go to France and ask.
All right. Be back in a moment, sir. Your Excellency, I have to go to France for a moment.
He sails across the ocean.
Could just say that you don't know. I'm gonna pour out all the water.
Just dip it out.
I'm gonna pour it out.
Don't just. He just is like.
So, this carbonated water is the last drink Dr. Wilson ever had.
That's not creepy at all. Looks like there's a little left in the bottle. Shall we drink it?
Right.
Cheers. Just plain water now.
You know, I've been sweating so much, I'm absolutely parched.
What?
I'll just have a sip to this.
Oh my god, he's like weaponizing his stupidity now.
Oh
He's
my
like,
god,
you all think that I'm actually dumb enough to do this, so are you gonna call me on it?
This is fucking baby Phoenix eating the necklace again.
Totally. No, Ryukun, you can't do that. For one thing, that's evidence. You can't go drinking evidence.
Oh, no, you're right. We don't know what might be inside, do we?
No, we don't know. You never cease to amaze me, Ryukun. In more ways than one.
You're amazingly stupid. Wonder, would there be anything in this water?
What's the matter? You've gone quiet all of a sudden.
I think I might have just worked something out. An interesting possibility.
Exclamation mark.
Yes!
What is this? Is this the bottle that we've just been talking about this entire time?
We literally, we found out about this already,
Did you just whip this bottle
Your
back
Excellency. Actually, there is one method of killing a man without a trace that comes to mind.
Public humiliation.
Obviously, I'm referring to poison.
Poison?
On the day of his death, we know that Dr. Wilson drank from this bottle of carbonated water. Could it be that there was poison inside? Could it be that the professor actually died after taking a sip from his glass?
Hoarder! Hoarder! Hoarder!
And on that day, who was sitting at the same table as the professor, able to slip the poison into his drink? There's only one person who could possibly have done it. Desile Brett, it was you.
Objection! This is outrageous to suggest such a thing without a scrap of evidence.
I want you to know that without you absolutely trying to trash our like autopsy system and investigative methods, I never would have had room to even talk about this. So thanks a lot.
You little rookie imbecile! Have you even considered the delicate situation our country finds itself in now? Naruhodo no baka.
To suggest a murder without a scrap of evidence. Exactly. Yeah, like you're accusing me of murder without a scrap of evidence.
Have you forgotten that we only just signed, we just made friendship bracelets with the British Empire? No, we put together those little plastic strands, and then we made little bracelets, and oh, we have a heart also, and it has two pieces, and when you put it together, anyway, if you even have any inkling that your rash accusations could jeopardize the entire treaty.
Mine has little beads on it that say forever, and the Prime Minister of England has one that says best friends.
Totally. Look, it's like just like this. This one is a little bear, and then that one is.
I have a little necklace that has one half of our broken heart on it, and.
Objection!
This is not a political arena. This is a trial to determine one individual's guilt with respect to one crime.
Whoa, that's like the oddest thing you've said all day.
The fact that this woman is British makes no difference. We are here to determine the truth.
If I may.
You may not. I will silence you forever for this
Shut up! It is you who should be silent.
Kashikomarimashita. Hai, wakarimashita. Moshiwake gozaimasen deshita, milady.
Where did that come from? Just snapped. I'm afraid I may have spoken unfairly before. I offer my most humble apologies.
I'm sorry, milady, to what are you referring?
I described your police force as inferior. But no matter how inferior they may be, you still investigated this particular point thoroughly, I believe. The bottle, I mean, Inspector, and whether it contained poison or not. Of course.
My current theory is that she is a plant by some Japanese group that is just hiding the fact that she's a Japanese woman in a very elaborate costume.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some other group that's trying to subvert this treaty because they're opposed to getting involved with the British.
You did? Have you forgotten what my guiding principle is already? I strive for a flawless investigation every time, even though I have proven again and again that I'm absolutely shit terrible at it.
I strive for a flawless investigation every time that I strive for one.
Yes, and I never achieve it. I do strive for it, but it never really comes to fruition, and I can't really understand why. Anyway, I don't believe it. You're really bad at it. Naturally, we tested the inside of the bottle and its contents.
How?
With what? Your fucking...
Well, how exactly
with your
did you do
forensics
that?
department?
With our time machine.
I ordered tests for every toxin that's available in this country at present time. We could find no trace of poison of any description in the carbonated water, Your Excellency. What about the glass?
What about the
that
glass?
he fucking drank out of?
What
You
about
dumb
the glass?
idiot stupid.
What? Are you sure?
The tests were meticulously carried out by the chief coroner himself. No, no! I'm very grateful to all of you Japanese. You've successfully established my complete innocence in this horrid affair. Thank you.
But of course, milady, the pleasure was all ours.
I'm dead. I was so sure.
This can't be right. Everything falls into place if he was poisoned. Thank you, Counsel. I think the cross-examination has clarified everything. As the prosecution...
Where did the gun come from? Come on!
I was keeping it in my bottle this whole time. I had it in my hat.
Can we fucking examine the gun, please?
Furthermore, the accused, who by his own admission was holding this weapon, is the only possible culprit.
I'm done for. Can I examine the gun, please?
No, we're sorry. Our bad, Miss Brett.
Oh no. I'm just glad the matter is resolved.
Before proceeding, I must ask the counsel for the defense. Do you have any further new evidence to present to the court at this point? You know, anything other than the gun that I just waved around here?
Yeah, anything other than a bottle in which you could drink fucking poison out of. Kazuma?
Yes, my love.
Remember that time where I drank wine off of your... Wait.
Let's not talk about that in the courtroom, my love.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to say there's other vessels in which people can drink things.
Gomenasai, Ryukun. I have nothing more.
Well, if you'll excuse me now, I really must be leaving.
Wait for lunch.
Bye, bitches.
Hold it!
Oh!
Omachi kudasai ne.
Is that...
What is the meaning of this? Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, judicial assistant to the defense.
Mikotoba? In my darkest hour, with nowhere left to go, she appeared like a bolt of lightning.
Oh no, is she a heterosexual love interest?
And in her hand, she carried a small package. Not my package, someone else's package. Wrapped in a furoshiki cloth.
Furoshiki. It's like you put it in a cloth and you tie the corners around it.
Like when you... Like
when you make a little nappy.
Yeah.
Yes.
To be continued.
TBC.
All right, I guess that we're to be continuing.
We're to be continuing.
Which means that we're actually going to find someone to raid, or else we're going to be at this for another 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So, the burb, BRB, like this. I know how to work my own things. All right, let's find someone to raid who is streaming right now. Let's do Jess. Jess is... Actually, hold on. Let's check Jess first, because last time I raided Jess late at night, she was like right at the end of her... Alright, she's still playing. Okay, good. Oh, oops. Alright, so we're going to... There you go. So we're gonna raid Jess. Say hi to Jess. We love her very, very much. Them, they, she. Okay, good. So yeah. Later this week on Sunday, I'm either going to be doing The Sims 4, or I'm probably gonna poll on the Discord what I should do on Sunday. Because there's a couple of things that we could do. Thank you, Bruta. You're awesome. And then next week, Friday is not happening. Or the D&D is not happening on Friday, so don't worry about that. We already canceled. There was a medical thing. We're not going to go into it. And then next week, I'll let you guys know in the Discord when the Greatest Attorney stream is going to happen, because it all depends on my sweetie's schedule. And yeah, thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Bruta and Wolfie, particularly. You were here like the whole time. I love you guys very much. And yeah, go say hi to Jess, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.